What is up, comic fam? SFon82 here, back with a little bit of a different video this time around. Today, we will be covering a comic book that is near and dear to my heart. It is actually right at the top of my personal grail list. It's a book I plan on hopefully picking up in 2024. And it's a really special book because it is centered around my home city, Chattanooga. A really cool battle takes place in this book. It's a Golden Age title, and a really cool battle takes place between Captain Marvel, Shazam, and a really obscure villain that you've probably never heard of before by the name of the Chattanooga Ghost. And it all takes place at Rock City on the rope bridge at Rock City. If you're not familiar with Rock City Gardens, it is a historic landmark. It's very historic to the southern part of the United States. People come from miles around to check it out. Rock City is a marvel of nature located atop Lookout Mountain. It's about 6 miles outside of downtown Chattanooga. It features massive ancient rock formations, gardens with over 400 native plant species, and you can see 7 states and really amazing panoramic views. It's a staple not just to Chattanooga, but also the South, like I was saying a second ago. As advertisements for Rock City can be seen on old barns throughout the South, just all over the place. But like I was saying before, this is a book that is very near and dear to me. And Captain Marvel, issue 38, Fawcett Publishing, 1944. And this is what the cover looks like. And so I thought that we would read this is actually, it has a few different stories. But the main story in the book features the battle. And that's the one that we're going to check out today. I figured we'd read it and discuss it and check it out. So let me get this all loaded up. Let's see. All right. I think I got it ready to go. Okay. We are good to go. So, yeah, we're going to check out Captain Marvel. This is a personal grail for me. I hope to pick this up. It's not a cheap comic book by any means. It's kind of hard to find. I found a couple of different copies. One around $80 and one around $150. So I hope to pick up a really nice copy. But let's check this out. Captain Marvel issue 38. You can see it's a 10 center and really cool. And actually, I want to show you guys. I was telling you it takes place here on this rope bridge, as you can see. It says on the Sky Bridge. There are actually two bridges at Rock City Gardens. One is the Sky Bridge, the other is the rope bridge. This is actually the rope bridge. This is not the Sky Bridge. If you Google the Sky Bridge at Rock City, you're going to get something totally different. And actually, let me show you guys real quick. I'll throw up on the screen. You can see this picture that I had up a few minutes ago. It shows a couple of pictures of the actual rope bridge that the battle in this comic book took place at. So you get a couple of different images there. And so that's pretty cool. But anyways, Captain Marvel 38. We will go ahead, and there are a couple of, we'll take a look at some of these old advertisements and stuff. We got a Wheaties ad right there, Breakfast of Champions with milk and fruit. In this issue, Captain Marvel presents the man nobody loved down on the farm, the Chattanooga Ghost, Mr. Mind's Movie Madness. And the Chattanooga Ghost is the one that we are going to skip to because that is the one that I'm interested in. That is the reason that I want this book. This book I plan on getting in as high grade as I can possibly get and get it graded. I want to send it off. Well, I want to get it cleaned, of course, and then send it off and get it graded. And it's going to stay in my personal collection forever and probably go to my son one day when I'm no longer here. So hopefully he will have some sort of appreciation for it. So Let's see. We got to be getting close to it here. Nice little ad there. Here we go. Captain Marvel and the Chattanooga Ghosts. And as you can see there, we have the guy with the cool skull mask. And you got Billy Batson. He says, "Hello, folks. This is Billy Batson, your radio reporter, with a ghost story about Captain Marvel that will make your hair stand on end. Here's what happened." And they are at Sterling Morris office, boss of Station Wiz. Or I'm sorry, Sterling Morris, boss of Station Wiz, enters Billy's office and says, "Billy, we both need a vacation, and I know the ideal spot, Chattanooga, Tennessee." "Chattanooga, what's it like?" "Chattanooga is one of the garden spots of the U.S. Historic, beautiful, peaceful. You get your bags packed and we'll leave today." Shortly afterward, in the railroad station. "Pardon me, boy, is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?" And then you have a kind of a little bit of a racist, sort of a blackface drawing going on there. But he says, "Yes, sir," on track 29, which if you've never heard the famous Chattanooga Choo Choo song, these are all lyrics from the song. But keep in mind, this was a different time, and this was 1943, 1944. So, yeah. "A speeding train soon carries our friends to the lovely Southland, and the first place they visit is Chattanooga's Lookout Mountain with its amazing Rock City Garden and its enchanted trail." And Rock City Garden, I don't know if I mentioned it, but it's, yeah, I did actually. It's on top of Lookout Mountain. And they said, "This is called Lover's Leap. You can see 7 states from here. Swell view, but I'm going to look at the Cave of Winds. What a view." And you can see the villain Chattanooga Ghost is creeping up behind him. And Lover's Leap is actually a real spot at Rock City, and I have it in the background here. You can see. Well, I'd have to click this off. I'll show you guys. You can actually in the background here is Lover's Leap. That's what the background is for this video. But there's this little platform, and it says "See 7 states." And depending on which direction you're looking in, you are looking at a different state. It's really neat, really cool stuff. If you ever have a chance to go see Rock City, definitely do so. And excuse me, during the holidays, they have it all lit up with Christmas lights at night, so you can go at nighttime during the winter and see a really cool Christmas light show. But anyways, let's move on. He says, "I'd better join Billy." Horrors. He sees Chattanooga Ghost, and it says, "Stepping backward in fright, Mr. Morris falls over the cliff." And he yells, "Help!" And Chattanooga Ghost says, "Oh my, help. Mr. Morris, he's in trouble. Shazam," Billy Batson says, as Billy calls out the name of the old sorcerer. Thunder booms in Rock City Garden, and lightning blazes the enchanted trail. And the enchanted trail is actually another real-life trail at Rock City. Billy, the boy broadcaster, becomes mighty Captain Marvel. "Captain Marvel, thank heaven. What happened, Mr. Morris? Dizzy spell?" "Dizzy spell nothing. I saw a ghost." "A ghost?" "Yes, sir. Came right up behind me, startled me. So I jumped backward right off the cliff." "A ghost?" Mr. Morris wouldn't fib. And yet, when we move on to the next page, it says, "Meanwhile, oh dear, oh gosh, oh golly. Darling, I would face any danger in the world for you." You have this couple there. A man serenading this woman. Um, "Any danger except one." And he takes off because he sees the Chattanooga Ghost coming up. And the woman says, "Eek! Oh gosh! Oh gee! Oh!" A scream. Must be the ghost at work again. "Eek! There he goes. He's headed for the Sky Bridge." And like I was saying earlier, this is actually going to be the rope bridge. "Here's the bridge, but I don't see him. It must be a real ghost. It's vanished into thin air." And he's thinking, "Oh dear, we just saw a ghost. Is he gone?" "Mr. Morris saw a ghost. These two saw a ghost. Is it a joke? Is it real? But who? Why?" These same questions soon are bothering Chattanooga citizens as the story of Rock City Ghosts spreads. Mayor E.D. Bass calls a meeting of civic leaders. "Gentlemen, I don't believe in ghosts, but even a fake ghost can cause trouble." And I wanted to stop here for a second because I wanted to look up and research and find out if the who the mayor was at the time when this comic book was put out in 1944. And the mayor was actually Edward David Bass. He was the mayor from 1927 through 1947 here in Chattanooga. So that is actually accurate. He is the real mayor at the time. So we have the real Chattanooga mayor portrayed in this book. I do know Bill McAllister um, to be a real person. I've heard that name before. It says president of the Knot Hole Gang has a word. I'm not sure where I've heard that name before, but I actually probably should have Googled that beforehand. That would have been a good thing to do. But it says it might turn out to be just a childish prank, but it could be dangerous. Then we have here Joe Engel, who actually historic Engel Stadium, where the Lookouts, the Chattanooga Lookouts, which is I'm wearing their hat right now. It's the minor league team here in Chattanooga, AAA ball team. They are the farm team to the Cincinnati Reds. But historic Engel Stadium, where they played my whole life growing up until I was like a teenager. Then they moved to AT&T Field. But they used to play at Engel Stadium, which was named after Joe Engel, who apparently is radio station owner. But it says Joe Engel, radio station owner, offers help. Station WDEF will do it all. Can to combat the ghost rumor, but the best solution will be to catch the ghost. And WDEF is actually still a news station. It's still a local station here in Chattanooga to this very day. So pretty cool stuff. Now it says on the next page, all agree that the greatest menace of the ghost is that it will frighten visitors and residents away from picturesque Chattanooga. Bascom Ferrier of the Chattanooga Magazine Company makes a suggestion. Gentlemen, we need a ghost catcher, and I know just the man for the job, Captain Marvel. The officials hurry to Lookout Mountain Hotel, where young Billy Batson is staying in town here. He'll know how to get a hold of Captain Marvel. Billy receives the committee. Yes, gentlemen, I'm sure Captain Marvel will do his best to find the ghost for you. Mr. Morris is too tired to join the search, so Billy sets out alone. Captain Marvel couldn't find the ghost yesterday. Maybe I'll have better luck today. Pardon me, mister, have you seen a ghost around here? Yeah, there's one yonder, just past the stone witch. Come along, I'll show you. There. Holy moly, I thought I said goat. Then we move to the next page, and Billy Batson says, You misunderstood, sir. I said ghost. And the man laughs, Ghost, ha ha. No ghosts around here, ha ha. As Billy walks on, the stranger is still laughing. Ghost in this day and age. Pardon me, ho ho, mister. But have you seen a ghost? And he's tapping the Chattanooga ghost on the back, and he turns around, and the man sees and says, Yow, he must be an evildoer to run away like that. As what actually the Chattanooga ghost is thinking. He says, I must crush all evildoers, but he's running too fast. So the Chattanooga ghost comes up with a plan to crush who he thinks is a possible evildoer. Meanwhile, Billy searches. I can get into these little caves a lot easier than Captain Marvel could. I'll search them first. And then we have the Chattanooga ghost standing up on a rock, and he says, That boy looks mighty suspicious. He's probably a dangerous escaped midget. He should be crushed. And now I want you guys to keep in mind, like when we saw the African-American character and the way that they were drawn, a little bit racist, right? It's a different time, 1944, and you are going to hear some talk. You are going to hear little people, people with dwarfism referred to in a not so nice way. But just keep in mind that this is 1944. It is a different time, and fortunately, things aren't like that anymore. But he says, I'll fix him so he'll commit no more crimes there. Dead end, no ghost, and gosh, it's getting stuffy in here. I can hardly breathe. Better get out before I suffocate. Holy moly, somebody's blocked the entrance. Shazam! The magic words calls forth the magic lightning. That's the way to deal with the criminals, the Chattanooga ghost says. The ghost has triumphed over evil again. So the Chattanooga ghost thinks that he is doing a good thing. He thinks for some reason that he's trapping an evildoer. So we have Billy Batson, who has just now turned into Shazam, saying, I'll push this rock aside so Billy can get out of this cave. The entrance is too small for me. Shazam. Boom. And then he turns back to Billy Batson. What? The midget pushed that big rock away. He must be a very strong midget. That means he's more dangerous than I thought. I'll have to crush him now. He's too strong to attack. I'll have to use strategy. Strange about that rock, Billy Batson thinks. Maybe it was the ghost who tried to trap me, but I see no sign of him now. There's somebody up ahead. Hey, little girl, have you seen anyone strange pass this way? Oops, my mistake. This is just a statue of Little Red Riding Hood. And I should probably explain that throughout Rock City, it is decorated with nursery rhyme type stuff. I used to love going there when I was a kid and seeing things like Little Red Riding Hood and Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, things like that. But really cool stuff all over Rock City, and really cool to see when you're a kid. Woo, I've searched everywhere. I'll rest a minute here by this rock. Aha, now's my chance, the ghost thinks. I'll crush him if I can just unbalance this balanced rock. And at Rock City, there are all kind of really amazing rock formations, all kinds of amazing crystals and minerals and stalagmites growing. Just really rare, a lot of really rare formations and things going on. And that it's just a really special area. It's swaying. It weighs 1,000 tons, and when it falls, there it goes. You'll be crushed, you arch fiend. Holy mo, Shazam! Boom, and he transfers from Billy Batson into Captain Marvel. Shazam! Ha! He's crushed. My good deed is done. Now I must go off to find other evildoers to crush. Wait a minute, Mister. You've got some explaining to do. It's Captain Marvel, the ghost says. Glad to see you, Captain Marvel. We must work together and stomp out all evil. I just crushed an evil midget under the balanced rock. Holy moly, this fellow thought he was doing something good, Shazam thinks. Moving on to the next page, let's get to the bottom of this. Take off your mask and tell me your name. Sure, Cap. I know I can trust you to keep my secret. My real name is Buddy, but I want to be known as Captain Ghost. Captain Ghost will be a big hero like you, Captain Marvel. I'll crush evil just the way I crushed the midget. But what had the midget done? Shazam says. Why, he looked suspicious. Buddy, you're a bad boy. Even if you meant to do good, in the U.S., a person is innocent until he is proven guilty. You'll never be a hero if you go around hurting people because they're suspicious looking. Then maybe I killed an innocent person. I'll lift this balanced rock back in place. Maybe we can rescue him. I'll see if he's down in this hole. Shazam. And then he transforms into Billy Batson. The midget. I'm not a midget. I'm Billy Batson, buddy. Let's shake hands and be friends. And like I said, I apologize. I again wanted to remind you all that this book is 1944, different times. And that's the story, folks. Captain Ghost wanted to be a hero, but he just went about it in the wrong way. From now on, he'll leave crime fighting to, From now on, he'll leave crime fighting to the proper authorities. And that was Billy Batson reporting. And then, as you can see, we move on to some Sergeant Sandy, some Danny D comic strips. Another really cool Captain Marvel Club ad. Win 2,000 in cash prizes. The Missing Face contest number 3. But this is my grail. This is the number 1 book on my list. This is my 2024 goal, is to get this book. And I wanted to share it with you guys in this video. But it's Captain Marvel issue 38 from Fawcett Publishing in 1944. And it takes place right here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And I wanted to share the story with you guys. And I appreciate you guys. Anyone that came out and watched, I really appreciate it. I had fun putting this together. And this is a book that I wanted to, I want to submit, and get it graded so that I can look at it and enjoy having it. But I also wanted to read it, and I wanted to talk about it. So I always enjoy talking about comic books with you guys. I really do appreciate you guys who came out and watched the video. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button if you have not already subscribed. And hopefully I'll have another video soon. We'll have a new Comic Book Addicts this Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But until then, later, guys.